Hello everyone, welcome back. We're going to be shooting the Palmetto AR-10 today. Okay, I haven't shot this in a couple of months. I did a lot of videos on this earlier in the year. So this is the Palmetto PA-10 Gen 3. I'm going to include a playlist below in the comments and descriptions so you guys can check it out. I've done a lot of videos on this. So this is a 20-inch barrel, and I have on it the primary arms 5-25 SLX, and I've got a hollow sun pistol optic on the offset over here. The primary purpose of this optic of the pistol one here is what I do is I use my left eye to get the dot on target, and then when I transition to my right eye, I'm on it, you know. So it's just a quick, easy way for me to get on target. So the pistol optics set up to my left eye, and then the scope set up to my right eye. And when I have both eyes open, I pretty much the circle of this. This is a Holosun 507C. The circle disappears from the pistol optic. So I'm in the next month or so, I'm gonna probably be getting a 16-inch upper. Because this 20-inch is nice. I've had this out to 1,000 yards a few times. I've done a few videos on it, but it is freaking heavy, all right? And then the scope on top of it, the 5-25, is also heavy. So what I want to do is I want to get a lighter version of this. So I'm going to get a 16-inch, a 16-inch barrel, and I'm going to put like one of my LPVOs on it, right? Probably my 1 to 10 on this. So I'll have like a, like a true barrel rifle, because right now this is more of a garrison gun. I mean, it's too heavy, I think, for it to be a battle rifle in the sense that you're going to be moving forward, right? So this is more of a garrison gun or a sniper gun, right? In the sense that, like if you're going to work something like this, you'll be part of a two-person team, but it's definitely not easy to move around with just because it's heavy. I understand that, there's lots of guns out there that are a lot heavier, right, that they use in the sniper role. But as far as the way I would be envisioning this, using this type of a gun with this weight, it weighs something like 12.5 pounds, with the scope and mount and all the stuff on it. This is like a garrison gun where I would just want to have this like in a fixed position, covering a certain area, and that's it, not moving around. So I want to get a 16 version of this that I could move around, and the main purpose of that will be primarily, and this as well, is anti-material, okay? Like if you need to stop a vehicle that's charging at you, right? Where you can start, because the 308 is able to defeat barriers. So that's the role I see for 308. You're trying to go through barriers, because with the, I've done plenty of videos where I'm shooting a 5.56 with a 77 grain easily. Even with a 55 grain, I'm shooting out to 500 yards. So on soft, fleshy things, I think that 5.56 looks great. If I'm going to go to something heavier, like a 308, like an AR-10, I'm going after more than just soft, fleshy things. Or I'm going after, like, let's say, what they would call a high-value target, where wounding is not enough. Basically it has to be a kill. Okay, so that's the other role I see for a 308. So anyway, we're gonna put 5 shots at 200 yards. It's winded today, so I don't expect a super tight group. The best I've done with this setup here is 1.25 inches at 100 yards. Okay, so that's usually on a day that has less wind. So I'm shooting the Freedom Munitions 147 grain. Let's see how we do. By the way, I'm shooting benched here because in this area here, it's very wooded. I have a very narrow path that I'm shooting at. And there's also a ground clearance type of situation. So if I were to get down prone, I wouldn't be able to see the target that's basically pretty close to the ground, okay? So that's part of the reason why I need to shoot from elevated position on this table. So that's a reason why you also got to practice shooting kneeling and standing, because sometimes getting prone is just too low. Okay? All right, let's take 5 shots. So basically this is just practice. I haven't shot this in a couple of months. I just wanted to get a feel for this gun. Get the parallax. Okay, so you see me adjust the parallax here. With this type of a scope that has a parallax adjustment, anytime you change the magnification, you gotta change the parallax. So even like, let's say right now I'm at 200 yards, if I were to go down to like 12 magnification, well, you know, now at that distance, it's a little bit blurry. So that's the thing with a parallax, with a scope with a parallax adjustment. You're almost forced to use it. You know, it's not like an LPVO where they're fixed at 100 yards and everything else is kind of okay. With this, like every time you change distance or you change your magnification, you gotta adjust the parallax. So you always make it 2 adjustments. I threw that last one off a little bit. I saw it move. However, you know the cool thing is with the 5 to 25 in 25 magnification, at 200 yards, I can see the bullet holes. I can see the bullet holes, and I can actually take a measure. Hold on. So a rough measure would be that my group at 200 yards is about 2 mils apart, okay? Because I can actually see the bullet holes. So that's one of the cool things about having a scope like this, a 5 to 25, that you can see that kind of a detail. I can see bullet holes at 200 yards. So that's really cool. However, it's heavy. This is a lot of weight. And you know, one of the things I tell people is like, you know, like actually practice moving around with the gun. Because like right now, I'm gonna go down at 200 yards with you guys, and I'm going to look at the target, right? But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sling this gun, okay, and I'm gonna throw this over my back, and I'm gonna carry it 200 yards down and 200 yards back. There we go. So, and here's the thing, the sling is absolutely essential because I'm not taking the chair and I'm not taking the table, but I am taking my bag and I'm taking the tripod. As you can see, I got this stuff over here, and I'm gonna have the camera on the tripod in this hand. So, you know, this is what I mean is like you got to get used to actually moving around with the gun, you know, and you know then you can see what the real difference is. Let's say between a 16-inch and a 20-inch. All right, guys, so let's take a look at this. So this is 200 yards, and that is a nice tight group. I think I might have actually outdone myself. That might, let's see, this might be the best group I've ever hit on this rifle. So we got 5 shots at 2 inches. So that's 1 MOA. Now I have hit a half MOA with 3 shots. And a lot of times with this type of ammunition, what I'll do is I'll discount, like I'll take 4 out of 5. Because if you look at the 4 out of 5, that's a 1-inch group at 200 yards. So that's a half MOA. Because this is Freedom Munitions. This is not match grade ammunition. So there is going to be, I mean, the consistency from round to round is not going to be excellent. There's usually going to be one flyer, Although I do think I pulled one shot, but I think the shot that I pulled was that one, and it still landed. It ended up going a little bit higher. Um, so and it's really cool that I can actually see the impacts as they were happening because of that 25 magnification at 200 yards. But yeah, if we look at the best 4 out of 5, that is 1 inch, man. That is good. That is really good. Hold on, let me show you guys the rifle. Hold on, let me pause this for a second. All right, so yeah, that's the Palmetto. Palmetto PA-10 Gen 3. I mean, I've shot a bunch of AR-10s. I've looked at tons of like different AR-10 videos. I've shot a Scar 17. In my opinion, the Palmetto PA-10 Gen 3 is the best AR-10 out there. Okay. I mean, at any price range. Like I said, I've shot. I actually had somebody lent me a Scar 17 for about a week. I was shooting it. I didn't love it. I like this a lot better. And here's the thing, like I think it's even better than like an M110 because of the super adjustable gas system. So when I say that this rifle, and by the way, I don't get paid by Palmetto. I don't do any promotions. I don't do any, like, I don't know, click on the link and you get a discount. I got no relationship period with Palmetto. I pay full price for everything I buy. Except for if they're running, like, let's say a discount or a sale, a holiday sale or something that's available to everyone. So I pay full price. So the reason why I say that this is the best rifle, the best AR-10, period, right, at any price range, even up against a Knight's Armament M110, is because you can throw any 308 ammunition into this and it will run because of the adjustable gas system. Okay, it's 3 slots per turn for a total of 17 positions. Okay, the issue with 308 ammunition is there's a lot of variation. So some 308 loads are very light, some are a lot heavier. So what happens is, people have issues with AR-10s not running this ammunition or that ammunition or the other ammunition. Usually with military, with the M110, right, that's designed to shoot military 7.62 by 5.1. That's what it's designed to shoot. It's designed and it's tuned to shoot a very specific ammunition, right? The gas system is designed. Now I'm sure, like the sniper guys, they have, it may not be like standard M80 ball, but it's designed to shoot a very specific ammunition. You can't just throw any 7.62 in there. You can't put 308 in there, period, because the way it works is that 308 rifles can shoot 7.62, but 7.62 rifles are not supposed to be shooting a 308. Okay, so this PA-10 Gen 3, that's chambered for 308, will shoot either. Okay, so you get the most amount of versatility with this rifle with the 17 adjustable gas positions, so that you will get this to run with either super strong ammunition or super light or really light and 308 ammunition, because of those 17 gas positions. And that's like the number one thing that I would look for in an AR-10. If you look at all the reviews on the Ruger SFAR, that only has 4 adjustable gas positions. I think originally it had 3, and then they upped it to 4. And there's videos all over the internet with it just not running reliably with this ammunition or that ammunition or the other ammunition, right? Because 4 adjustable gas positions is not enough for 308. 308 is just too much variation. Okay, so with the other thing is with the adjustable gas positions. Like right now, I was shooting the 147 grain Freedom munitions. Right, I made a note over here. Freedom munitions, 147 grain. Okay, 200 yards. With that, I was shooting it in gas position number 2. When I shoot the 150 grains, I'm able to shoot it in gas position number 1. Okay, so that gives me like super light, like not super light, but as far as 308 goes, as far as an AR-10, the recoil is on the lighter end because I've closed the gas system to allow a very small amount of gas into the system to cycle it. Now, if this was going to war, yeah, I would probably open it up to gas position number 5 so that the gun will work when it's muddy, right? But since today I am not in war and it's not muddy, I was able to close off the gas system to give me, light recoil and pleasant shooting, right? If you notice here, I don't have a muzzle brake on this, and I was still able to pretty much, like, stay on target, keep my chevron pretty much on target as I was shooting this without it like completely, bouncing, without me losing my sight picture, so like I said, I think that this is like the best AR-10 out there, bar none. I got the Lancer magazines in here, clear. I really like these. One of my complaints is I don't like the grip because this is like an A2 rubberized, which I don't mind so much, but the problem is that there's a hole here. I wish it had a compartment where I could store the Allen key or an Allen key that will adjust the gas valve up there. Oh, you can see it right there. I wish it had it. When I tried swapping in like a Magpul, it left an ugly gap here. So it will fit, but it will leave an ugly gap, which I do not like. So I don't like the grip on this. That's my only complaint on this. I switched out the safety to an ambidextrous. If you notice on this side, I took a Dremel and I actually carved it down so that when it's in that position, see how, and I just put a little Sharpie there to color it. So I did that myself. So this was like a $35 safety, right? And then here, turn on the other side. See, on this side, I left it long. And then on my trigger finger side, I cut it down. I basically shaved it down, okay? I did put a Schmidt 2-stage trigger in there. I think I got it off Palmetto's website. It was something like $70. It feels really nice, right? The Schmidt 2-stage. The other thing I did is I changed the. I didn't need to do any of these changes. The gun was working fine. When I hit my first 1.25-inch group at 100 yards, I did it with like all stock stuff, okay? But doing these upgrades makes the gun more comfortable to shoot. The other thing I did is I put the orange sprinkle spring in there, and I also put the Core Valley, I think 5.6 pound buffer weight. Again, it just to pick up more of that recoil and make it for more pleasant shooting. Didn't need to do any of that because you could fully adjust this all from up here from the gas system. So this is a really awesome gun, and this is the primary arms 5 to 25. You can see I got the red dot on the offset here. Really nice big turrets. Really fun shooting. Like, this is like I built this gun to be a 1,000 yard gun, right? And I've done videos where I'm out at 1,000 yards. I think the best group I got at 1,000 yards was 22 inches at 1,000 yards with this. You can still see I got some mud over here. That's from when I was out there. So this is a really excellent gun. I just want to get a 16-inch upper because it's a 20-inch stainless steel. Let's see, 308 1 in 10 twist Palmetto. I want to get a 16-inch version of this and just pop it on if I want to go light, okay? Now I'm just going to get the upper. I'm not going to commit to a lower at this point. By the way, I also put a QD socket over here in the back. Okay, I drilled that through. I got that from Amazon. Attached it there. Just M-lock point here. The sling is CB Life. Normally I like the Brash Tacticals because they're a little bit faster, but because this gun is heavier, I went with the CB Life because it's a little bit thicker, so it spreads out the weight a little bit more. But again, because it's a little bit thicker, it doesn't slide as easy. I've tried putting I've sprayed this down with silicone, with the silicone lubrication to try and make it a little bit more, and it did improve it a little bit, but because this I think is an inch wide, or I prefer the, or 1.25 inches. I prefer the slightly thinner ones for like AR-15s. However, for the AR-10, because it's a heavier gun, I prefer, it's better with a slightly thicker one. But anyway, that's my group. I'm really happy with this. This gun, I haven't shot this gun like in almost 2 months, maybe 3 months at this point. So these are like the first times it's been shot. Cold shots right here that you see. 5 shots. 4 out of 5 at 1 inch. And then with the flyer over here, it opened up to 2 inches at 200 yards. Freedom munitions, 147 grains. And like I said earlier, I'm going to include a playlist in the comments below for this AR-10, okay? And also for the scopes, I'll also include a link to my scopes. But yeah, check out the playlist. I've done a ton of videos on this rifle. If you're thinking about getting an AR-10, you should look through those. Okay. Talk to y'all soon.